We're talking about a very emotive subject up here at Nobles Hospital today about organ donation. Diane is with us. We did an item about this garden. We'll come back to that in a minute. But also got Abby with us, who deals with this subject, a tough one, and here's a lady who has first-hand experience of it. But just you first of all about getting people to sign up to acknowledge that they would like to have their body parts donated to somebody else. Tell us about it and how difficult it is.
Death is obviously a very difficult subject for families to talk about, really. But that's one thing that Di and I would like to encourage, really, that people just think about what they'd like to happen to them after they pass away. And organ donation, we're trying to encourage it as an end-of-life care option where appropriate here in this hospital as well as other hospitals in the UK. We
talked how long ago when you lost your son, and it was a very emotional interview. I know you found it difficult to do, but you get something out of this, don't you?
To feel just such pride, in what he's done, and also, he's helped other people, so his death wasn't completely, in vain. There's people living their lives to the full because of Daniel, and that is such a good feeling.
How many things were actually donated?
With Daniel, there was 4, and they couldn't use his heart, so that was used for medical research. But he's helped other people, and as part of the grieving process, it's helped. Right. It's helped.
Is it getting easier, Abby, for people to deal with this subject?
I think so, yeah. And I think the more we can raise awareness in the community, the more we can make people think. And, people like Di have been amazing, really, at promoting how it's helped her as well as how it helps other people. So, yeah, I think we just have to, as a community, pull together, really. And obviously the garden that we're creating will honour people who have helped others after their death.
That's a nice touch, isn't it, which we've dealt with in the other interview. People are opting in more now, aren't they? Is that still the case on your driving licences and that sort of thing? Is that been a positive step?
Yeah, definitely. And, even if somebody isn't on the register, it doesn't mean that they haven't discussed their wishes in life. So we will always offer the option of donation where appropriate to families.
But it's a thing that should be discussed with other people in the family before death, so there's no sort of grey areas.
Yeah,
you say?
that's what we feel, don't we, Di?
Yes.
It is helpful if you know what somebody wanted, really.
Because at that time, when you have to make that decision, for Daniel, his dad and I, we hadn't ever discussed it, but it felt the right thing to do. But I can understand, in some circumstances, and you've been told that your loved one's not going to make it, and you're asked about organ donation. Wouldn't it be better if your loved ones actually knew in that event what you would like to have done? The other thing is, over here, although you sign up on your Manx driving licence, it doesn't put you on the register, on the national register. A lot of people think that by signing their driving licence over here puts them on the national register, but it doesn't. So if you do it on your licence, you also need to discuss it with your loved ones so they know. Because unless you've got your driving licence with you, then no one, they're not going to know. We are looking at that, and there's been meetings to try and bring the Isle of Man driving licence in line with the UK, but at the moment it isn't.
Okay. Well, we'll follow the subject and we'll come back. I think you've got cranes arriving in August, haven't you?
Yeah.
In this garden, which we've dealt with. But you still need more money. I know that, don't you?
Still need more money, yes. And the other thing we're asking is for donor families to get in touch with us. People's names aren't just going to appear. It's got to be what they would like us to do. So we're asking them to get in touch with us. So they can get in touch through my Organ Donation Isle of Man Facebook page. They can private message, or they can get in touch with the Organ Donation Committee at Nobles, and it will be passed on. So, there's some people that they don't want any recognition and it's happened and that's it. But for those that do, please do get in touch, because if you don't get in touch, we can't get your name on, with your loved one's name on, and we don't want anyone missing out.